Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I told you we would have some of the great folks from the Frederick Douglas Bunch here with us today. Uh, the first speaker and the heart and soul behind BLAKPAC is my friend George Farrell. George, thank you ever so much for spending a little time with us. It was a great event. It was a fantastic event. It was super well attended. There was a lot of interaction. The food was okay, I guess.
Food was good.
It was
Food
good.
was delicious.
It was
Yeah.
good.
You didn't
Well,
eat?
well, I had a big croissant,
Okay.
which is the last thing somebody like me needs is a whole bunch of bread, but I had it anyway, and a glass of orange juice, but so I appreciate that. Tell me what the heart and soul behind presenting this event in this area during this time was. What was your thought at it?
Well, actually, it's Sheila Griffin's event. She's the president of Vanilla Central Republic. I just stepped in to help. It's one of the things we do. We support local organizations across the country, Black Latin Aggie, Asian, knowledge political action. So we partner with a lot of local groups. We partner with larger groups like New Journey to make sure that we're all successful together. No one group gets credit. We work together to make it all work.
That's a big difference from, frankly, how things were a number of years ago, where there was this, I don't know, it's almost crab in the bucket sort of mentality about who got the money, who got the credit and stuff. And we saw about how that was not really very helpful or very
No.
beneficial to anything really. So it's great to see that now that we can actually work together, and nobody cares who gets the credit as long as there's progress made. Tell us how your thoughts of how the event went.
Oh, the event was very smooth. It's much better. We had a rocky start. We had a first event in Tampa that we had to cancel. Um, that the we did not have the permit to hold the event, so we canceled it. We didn't want to violate any laws. We wanted to play by the rules.
Yes.
So we canceled Friday's event, and we went with Saturday's event, and it turned out even better. So than we could admit, than we thought it would turn out. We had Florida state officials here from the House and Florida senators here. We had Byron Donalds, U.S. Congressman from Sarasota, Naples. Larry A. Horn is a state rep from, I think he's from Tampa area. So we had a lot of local officials. We have a lot of business leaders here, and it just turned out great. People are coming together, not based on color, but based on principles and ideals.
Well, and that's how we win. We talk about here on Fight Back Media, spin time. That's how we win. And there was a lot of talk about winning at the local level. I mean, there was some talk about the federal level. You know what? Representative Donalds talked about what was going on there. But there's a lot of, and especially with Black Pac, there's a lot of push at winning offices on every single level.
On every level.
Could you expand upon the importance of that?
Well, it's important for people to say that we get a lot of black leaders that say that God told me to run for Congress, and we know that's not true. You can't go to college unless you've been to high school, and that's how it works in politics. You got to serve in school board, you got to serve in local office, you got to serve in city commissions, county commissions, and work your way up, state representative, state senate, before you run for Congress. And what we're trying to do is make sure that people will have the skills, the knowledge, and the ability run for the right office first, and then run for Congress. So we have a train, like a train going forward, that people are running at all levels, and then when they're ready for Congress, they can run for Congress. But you can't run for Congress if you, I don't believe you can win, but people who do that, they tend the news media knows it. They try to make them look as foolish as possible. Sometimes we do look up and win. Marjorie Greene, she ran in 2016. We were there. She ran in 2020 and she won. But she should have served in local office first. That's why she's getting attacked by the media so much. So they know when you're unprepared, and they want to make you look like a clown or foolish. Now, I like Marjorie Greene. She's a great representative, but she didn't go through the process. And what we want to do is make sure that people, when they get to Congress, they're not going to be played by the media.
Training, training. And the byproduct of that is that you get conservatives and conservatives of color, and people understand governing at every level. So you're building a base of the conservatism that you need. Um, we spoke earlier. It's like how different things would have been here in this area had the makeup of the county commission been different, or the makeup of the city council in Tampa been different. If the mayor would have been different. A lot of the things that we went through, especially during the COVID year, might have been very different.
Yes.
So that is really important. How can people get a hold of you? How can people help BLAKPAC?
BLAKPAC is our website is www.blak.
That's important because there's another out there.
Yeah, there's a fake Democrat one out there. BLAKPAC.GOP. It's BLAKPAC.GOP. You can message me there. You can make donations. We accept any size donations. 50 cents. We don't care. We need it all. So up to as much. We have no limit on what you can donate to us, but we do need we do need your donations. Our next big event will be a Juneteenth event where we're going to combine with New Journey PAC and the local political action committee here, and we're going to do something in Florida that has training, that has speakers. That is going to be great. We're not sure the location yet, but look for us to have a big event Juneteenth, most likely around Orlando, where we will have training and have a lot of politicians from across the country to help us out and get us elected and help get you elected, help get you the representation you deserve.
Well, and if you don't know, but if you're watching this, you know, Juneteenth is June 19th, and the week before, and the times around that time. So that'll give you some idea. But not everybody knows what Juneteenth is yet, which is crazy to me. But we talk about it here all the time. Well, you know what, George, thanks ever much for dropping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for streaming this and all of our speakers. Byron Dowles, I'm telling you now, he's president. He's the president.
He's the president.
Listen to me here. Listen to me now. Hear me later.
Well, you see, that's how it goes. We appreciate George for dropping by for a little bit and speaking with us. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. We will be back with more later.